Good morning. Good morning. How are you all? I hope you have all had a very nice weekend. The weather wasn't really the best around here, but yesterday I think it was okay. It was not too cold, and then this week promises to be a little better than the days we've just had. Today I'd like to talk to you about changes, but actually a very special kind of change. I don't know if you have recently moved or if you're planning to move, but I am, and you might be able to see well. You cannot see the boxes from here, but we are actually moving in about 2 weeks. And as I go through the process of selecting things all over our home to see what's going, what's not, what we're keeping, what we are recycling, what we are donating, I just realized how much this has to do with our image and with when we do closet audits. I actually have a closet audit scheduled with a client for very soon, and we were discussing how easier it may be for her to have her closet audit if she goes through some pieces beforehand. And then now, while I am going through boxes and packages and everything that I have to organize for the moving, I was doing that to myself. So there are interesting things that happen in this process. And one of the things that we have to do is be mindful not to keep things that you have not been using. I think this is a no thing. Everyone listens, everyone says, everybody talks about, oh, if you have not worn or used something for, say, 6 months, a season, or sometimes a year, that it's just time you don't have it anymore. You just give it away, or you recycle it in a certain way. Well, when you go through your closet, there are things you have to bear in mind when selecting what to keep or not. Above anything, the one thing you have to know is if you like it or not. If you don't like something, there is no reason to keep it. It doesn't matter how expensive it was. It doesn't matter who gave it to you. It doesn't matter the situation. You don't like it. It's not to be there taking a space of your closet, right? So, of course, we have to respect the feelings we have attached to things. And sometimes these feelings are not rational at all. It's just like we have difficulties letting go. So what I say is, if you don't like it, but it's in very good condition, and you don't like it because it's not your fit, it's not your style, it's not your color, whatever the reason is, look at that piece and think of a person who might make good use of that, right? Think of a person who is maybe the same size, or a person whose natural coloring that piece would flatter, or a person who needs it, right? When we think about what is important or not in our closet, we have to understand that things are different from one person to the other, depending on the stage in life they are. So things that are not good for us because of the stage we are now might be very good for a person who is maybe starting a new cycle and will go through what you have just been through. So that piece of item, that piece of clothing might be very important for that other person. So giving away is one alternative. If that piece is, in your interpretation, very expensive, or that you think you could actually make money out of it, go for it. You can go to a thrift store, you can sell it. You can sell it on Facebook Market. You can sell it on so many different apps available for sale, right? So for selling things, you don't have to keep something in your closet, taking up space of good things just for the sake of it, right? So first thing, if you don't love it, there is no point in keeping it. Second, you love the piece, right? But you don't wear it. If you don't wear it, you have to know why you don't wear it. There could be the fit. It could be because of the style, that it's no longer a representation of who you are in life. If that is not working for you, you might think it will, depending on the occasion. However, many times we just keep things thinking that they will become useful, that you will actually wear them, and it never happens, right? So I suggest you take that away from your closet. Keep it in a bag, in a box, and have that like a question mark, right? Is that something that I will need? Don't give it away immediately, because you might need it, and it's not because you have not been wearing it that it's not going to be useful. So just take it away from your closet so you have space for the things that you actually wear. As time goes by, go back to that bag, go back to that box, check it again, and think, would I have worn it in this period of time it's been here? Many times the answer is no, and then you know what to do it, right? Again, you will donate, you will sell, you will give it to people you think will make better use of that. So whatever your decision is, just don't keep it in your closet, because clothing in the closet that is not being worn is actually money not being spent, right? It's bad invested. So just don't keep it there for the sake of it. The biggest problem people have in their closets is that it's cluttered. It's just too many things in there, and then you cannot see what you actually need. And 80% of the time, people wear only 20% of what's in the closet. So if you have fewer pieces, you will be able to make better choices, because you will actually see the pieces before you select, right? So the less, the better in that case, right? Because if you have just too much, you cannot make choices. It's hard for you to make choices. Third now, if you know your coloring and you know that that piece actually does not flatter you, don't keep it, right? You will be tempted to wear it. And when you do, you will look at yourself, you will probably not like what you see, and you will not leave your home wearing that, because you know it's not your best bet. So if it's not your natural coloring palette, don't keep it. Again, have it in a separate box. Donate, sell, whatever you find. Or sometimes something you can do is really recycle things. You can turn a sweater into a pillowcase. You can turn the accent or the statement print of a shirt, of whatever piece, into an artwork. You can change that into a portrait, something you will hang. You can make clothing for your children's toys, right? So there are things you can do when you like that a lot, but that does not work for you. So don't just throw it because it doesn't fit you, right? Think about what you can do with that. Be mindful. We are in times now that people just do not think of everything as it's not going to be garbage, right? You have to think of what you can do with that you're no longer wearing. You can help people. You can recycle into something different. Fourth, so we spoke about loving it, your style that you haven't worn in a while, your coloring, and then fit. Women lose and gain weight very often, right? And we tend to keep pieces in our closet that we no longer wear. They don't fit us anymore, but they are still there. So if you are on a diet and you've been losing weight and you will still lose weight, get rid of everything that is loose, that is big on you. Because if you have it in your closet, the next time you have a chance, you will end up wearing something that is large. It will feel comfortable, and it's very easy to go back to the previous large size you were not happy with. So to help you in your diet, do not keep pieces of when you were a pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds overweight. Okay, so every time you reach your goal in losing weight, get rid of what is large, right? And stick to your size. Wearing the wrong size is one of the biggest mistakes people make, and mainly women. We are not used to tailoring clothing as often as men do. So when we buy something, we take it home, and then sometimes it's a little large, and that's just temptation to increase your weight and then keep on wearing that because it's comfortable, right? So you have lost weight, get rid of that so you're not tempted to wear something, feel comfortable, and then get back the weight you had. The same thing, sometimes people are in situations where they need to gain weight and they just keep those tiny little pieces in their closet. They are not going to be wearing that, but it's taking up space. So size is extremely important. Have in your closet things that fit your size, right? Number 6. So fit not only in terms of size, but in terms of what's good on your shoulders, your waist, your hip length. Many people have a high hip or a low hip and they don't know. And what happens is that they have clothing in their closets that do not flatter their silhouette, right? So if it's not flattering, if it's not doing any good to you, why keep it? Just don't, right? You have to have things that work for you. You have to have clothing that will be a good testimonial of who you are, right? If it's old, oh, that's 7 already. If it's old, torn, if the color is fading, if the fabric is no longer even, good, beautiful, get rid of that, right? But then, if it's torn, if it's not in good conditions, you're not donating. You're actually getting rid of that, right? We have to remember that when we donate things in good conditions, right? People who will receive those items, they have the same feelings we do about their self-esteem. They want to look good. They want to feel good about who they are. So it's only fair that when we donate things in good conditions, all right? Well, if it's too dated, right? Sometimes that piece has been our style, we like that a lot, but it's no longer working, right? Things that look like the last decade, don't wear them. They're just too old. They make you look old. It's not a good thing, so it's best just to get rid of that. And don't think that because you're getting rid of things, you have to immediately go shopping. No. You will only go shopping when you know what you need. So give yourself some time to adapt to your new closet without the pieces that you got rid of, right? Let's see how this works. Let's see if you really need something or if all of those items were just taking space and not allowing you to be creative with what you actually can wear, right? Once you have more space in the closet, once all of your closet is made of clothes that fit you, that are your style, your size, that are your palette, your color palette, then you will actually have maybe more concise closet with fewer pieces, but things that actually work for you, right? So it's not because you have many that you will have a very good closet. No, your wardrobe will be much richer when you have fewer pieces that coordinate among them and that work for you, right? So this was it for this morning. I hope you have a few ideas of maybe how to transition, how to move to a new place, how to get rid of what's just taking space in your closet, and whatever else you need, just say hi and let's talk, okay? I'm really looking forward to having conversation with you about how you deal with your closet audits. If you need me, let me know. Big kiss, have a beautiful week, and see ya.